Double morning, ladies. My name is Chaz, and welcome to the custom card review. So, let's do this before I lose my hair. Oh, not really. So, it's called random, but I don't know if I could put them in, like, their own separate category. So, let's start things off with Dark World. One Dark World monster called Car of the Dark World. It's a dark, level 12 machine effect monster with 3000 attack, 100 defense. Its effect is, if this card is discarded by a card effect, you can't, or special summon this card from anywhere to your field in attack mode. But its attack points become double the attack points. This card attacks your opponent's life points directly. Once per turn during your end phase, you can pay 1000 life points to make this card gain 2000 attack points and defense points. Max 1 million or 1 bazillion or whatever. Hold on, let me count. Trillion, 1 trillion. And if this card inflicts damage to your opponent's life points, you gain life points equal to that damage. If it does, skip your opponent's battle phase. You can only use this effect once per turn. This card's effects cannot be negated by card effects or by a chaining by card effects. So this card is broken for its own archetype thing. Because once it summons, like, you can boost yourself up to like millions and trillions and billions. Yeah. So then now we move on to, there's actually 3 kaijus, but I'll click on them. But this is one for a danger beast one. Danger Leatherback. So when he's a water beast flip effect monster, attack 1800, defense 1500. Once it's flipped, you can select one danger monster on the field, except Danger Leatherback. It can attack your opponent's life points directly until the end of your third turn. If your opponent activates or declares any attacks on your monster or monsters while this card is in your graveyard or battlefield, special summon this card to your field in attack or in defense mode. Face down. If it does, then negate that card effect or attack instead, and then end your opponent's turn. If this card is attacking a monster before damage calculations, so banish if it attacks, you can banish the attack target. You can shuffle it into the owner's deck. This card's attack points become double. And then the fourth one is both monsters get shuffled back into the owner's deck instead. When it said instead, that means that no, response to it. So yeah. So now let's go on to this one. KAIJU Raging Missile. It's dark, level 4 Dragon Flip Effect monster, just like the Leatherback, but that one is for like the so I at the time, like before this recording, I did not know that the I supposed to be in front of the J or KAIJU. So so sorry for the wording of it. So you can select one KAIJU monster from your deck or graveyard or battlefield, special summon it to your field in attack mode. But its attack points become double the attack points. If this card attacks a monster before damage calculations, you can pay 100 life points to banish all cards from your opponent's field and hand. If this card, or if it does, then inflict 500 damage to your opponent's life points. For each card from either player's battlefield by this effect. This card's effects cannot be negated by card effects. This card makes 4 attacks per battle phase. This card can not be destroyed by battle or by card effects, and you take no damage from battles involving this card. So then, yeah. So this one, when this card comes out, you can special summon another one, or once it's flipped, like, surprise. He special summons another one out, and then, yeah. So then, basically, easily, and plus, when it means like when it was before battle, so it basically banishes all cards from your opponent's field and hand. So it basically, there's no response because it's not targeting the cards, it's just banishing them. So yeah, a next kaiju, there's actually, yeah, I said 3 kaijus and then 1 danger. So next is Mega King. Kaiju Mega King. It takes 3 kaiju monsters. Must be special summoned by, or fusion summoned by shuffling the above fusion materials. So it's basically like the XYZ monsters, like Y Dragon Hen, Z Catapult, and like something. So if this card is special summoned, you can select one card from your hand, or no, deck or hand, send it to the graveyard. If you do, then this card gains that card's effects without a cost. Because some cards have costs to activate their effects. So it's like basically like Diamond Dude or yeah. So if you do, yeah. So if this card attacked or is attacked by your opponent's monster before damage calculation, the attacking monster loses 3,000. Or no. Yeah, 3,000 attack and defense, and destroys all cards from your opponent or from their field, the attacking monster's field. It destroys it all. If you do, then your opponent must draw 2 cards from the top of their decks to their hand. So, yeah, that's just a stupid one. Now, we are on Watcher of KAIJU. So, and this is a funny thing. So, the Yu-Gi-Oh card, this one, that I made yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. It turned into
Jowie.
Yowie. And I don't know what it is. It looks like a Bigfoot one. The one is for Africa thing. So, yeah. And this card is nothing like that. So it's a water level 4 beast flip effect monster. So now it's flipped. You can select one kaiju monster from your deck or hand or deck to the graveyard. This card gains that card's effects without a cost. If you do, inflict damage to your opponent's side points equal to that selected monster's effects or attack points. And if this card attacks a monster before damage calculations, you can pay 1,000 life points, shuffle all cards from your opponent's field, and hand into the deck. This card makes 4 attacks per battle phase. So, this card's pretty broken, but some of them. So now we're on to a girly archetype. So let's start things off with the bang. So, Girl of the Warhammer. She's an Earth level 12 Beast Warrior effect monster with 5,000 defense or attack and 1,500 defense. This card must be special summoned by discarding 1 card from the top of your deck to the graveyard. If this card is special summoned, you can select 1 card from your field, except this card. It is sent to the graveyard, and if it does, skip your opponent's battle phase. So most of these cards have this thing where you can pay 1,000 life points, banish it instead, and if this card is sent to the grave, special summons 2 of its own 2 cards from its own archetype thing. But they get the boost, like getting doubled. So, yeah. So this one, you can select 2 cards, earn from your deck, graveyard, or bandstone, add them to your hand. If you do, then inflict 500 damage to your opponent's life points for each one from your hand by this effect. Then once it's set to the graveyard, you can select 1 girl monster from anywhere to or special summon it to your field in attack mode. But its attack points become double the attack points. Then lava basically flips, select 1, special summons it, and it inflicts damage to your opponent's side points. So that would be 4,000. So, yeah. And then if this card is sent to the grave, you can shovel this card into the deck, special summon 1 early monster from anywhere except this card to your field in attack mode. So, yeah. And then we got Crystal Girl of the Light. When she's flipped, she can special summon tokens that are also light, and then once they get destroyed by battle or by a card hex, you can inflict 500 damage to your opponent's life points. If you do, you draw 3 cards from the top for each token that got destroyed by battle or by card effects. So this one, you can special summon itself to your field in defense mode or face down. Might shuffle it into the deck if it leaves the field. You can only use so the tokens will probably be overpowered because they're all just illusions with it. So then, Girl of Mystery, I'll get to her when that time comes. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold on. Okay. So let's do Girl of the Flames. She's a fire level 4. When she's normal or special summon, you can select one girly spell / trap card from anywhere and add it to your hand. If you do, inflict 1000 damage to your opponent's life points. If this card attacks a monster before damage calculations, you can pay 100 life points. Banish all cards from so each one has this unique theme going on. So, and reason why she's a searcher, like she grabs or she selects one card from anywhere and add it to your hand, is basically like that's what this deck needs. Plus, if she's sent to the grave, she is shuffled into the deck instead, and shuffle all cards from your graveyard and banish them into the deck. So basically, you could use Pot of Greed again, or Pot of something. And then you can draw 4 cards from the top of your deck. So then, so now, make sure a new water monster. Please hold intermission. Sorry about that. Yeah, so basically, this card is like searches out a certain spell card from its own archetype. So this one is called Girl of Sadness. So basically, it skips the battle phase of your opponent's next turn. If this card is in your graveyard, shuffle this card into the deck. Special summon 2 girls monsters from anywhere to your field and attack in the defense mode. But their defense points become double. Only in defense points. If you do, add 2 spell / trap cards from your deck or graveyard or banish them to your hand. And so So then basically, it's pretty powerful. So then, yeah. So now we got Earl of the Water. She's a little water monster. Level 12 machine effect monster. Yeah, because the girl is literally inside of a suit of armor. And if this card is discarded by a card effect for a cost or non to use it, special summon this card from anywhere to your field in attack mode. If this card is discard, or if you do, or if it does, you can add one girly monster, except for this card. And if this card is special summon, then you can select one monster except for this card, then it attacks your opponent. Yeah. So, and plus the damage is half. So basically, you can make this one, you boost its attack points up by using like this girl to summon this out and bring out her. You basically have 500. Then we have the Earl of the Bugs. Yeah, her effect is crazy. On their own, both players, their points gain life points to or equal to that monster's attack points / or defense points, whatever is the highest points. If this card is attacked by your opponent's monster before damage calculations, you can do such. Here. There we go. Okay. So if this card is normal, so now I'm skipping the KAIJU thing. Now we're going on, or actually, hold on. Now we went over the materials. So now this one, ready? Roll the mystery. She's a fire level 12 spellcaster effect monster with 3,000 attack, 1,500 defense. This card must be special summoned by discarding 5 different attribute monsters from your deck or hand to the graveyard. Then, if this card is special summoned, you can select one of these following effects and activates it for that attribute. So, basically, once you discarded all 5 of them, you can select only one for those. Not like all of them. So if it was dark, this card attacks your opponent's life points directly. Light, your opponent must keep their hands revealed even if this card leaves the field. Earn, destroy all monsters from your opponent's field and hand to the graveyard, and their effects are negated until this card leaves the field. Water, make all monsters from the field except this card lose 3,000 attack. Fire, during either player's end phase, your opponent takes 500 damage, even if this card leaves the field. If this card is in your graveyard, you can shuffle this card into the deck, special summon those monsters that were discarded by this effect. So basically, each one, like all those ones that I said, like dark, er, er, light, and water and fire. Yeah, basically, if she gets killed off, she gets shoveled into the deck, special summons all those monsters back to the field. So then, yeah. Because some of them have the, like, summoning one. So now we move on to Baby Girl of Giants. She's an Earth level 3 warrior effect monster with 100 defense, 100 attack, 2000 defense. Her effect is, if this card is normal summon, you can tribute this card to the graveyard. Special summon one girl monster from your deck or hand to your field in attack mode. But its attack points become double the attack points. If this card is in your graveyard, special summon this card. Or no, actually shuffle this card into the deck. Add 3 spells / trap cards from your... Hold on, give me a moment. Sorry. So, from your deck or graveyard or battle zone to your hand. If it does, skip your opponent's battle phase. So yeah, this card is basically a red eyes baby dragon or egg thing of the archetype. So we got the adult one, or like, actually, there's a story. I'll get to it in a minute. So then we got Girl's Scary Tree of Darkness. All girls monsters from your field. They gain 500 attack for each, or from either player's draws, and then if your opponent activates a card effect that selects, or you can select one card from your hand or field to be shuffled into the deck. Negate that card effect instead, and then draw the card from the top of your deck. Yeah, so basically, it has protection and battle immunity. So, but if this card is in your graveyard, you can shuffle this card. Inflicts 200 damage to your opponent's life points. Yeah. Then we got them. So the girls' guardians is basically the effect or requires 2, or it's similar to what the I forgot the other card. Similar to this one, but this one actually, if this card is special summon, you can select one card from your deck and add it to your hand. If you do, inflict 1000 damage to your opponent's life points. This card's effects cannot be negated by card effects, or can't be can't be destroyed by battle or by card effects. You take no damage from battles involving this card. This card is sent to the grave. Special summon 2 tokens. Yeah, so this one is the protection one. So, now we got a little story behind the girly archetype. So, this is how it all starts. With this young one. So, basically, she had lots of friends. And when she showed up out of nowhere, because some random jerk just came out of nowhere and starts to do bad things with her friends, she basically turned into she learned how to do magic. Then through most of her life, her friends focused on their own respective fields. The girl of the hammer, Warhammer, works on like Warhammer stuff, like war. Her other friend learns how to do lava. Her third friend learns how to control crystals. And then she has a sibling, like her sister, that she went into fire, like a girl of the flames. She learns how to control flames. But tragic struck. One of the girls, or one of the same guy that was abusing her friends, made her, actually, her friends, or that same guy, made her friend and ruin the life thing. Basically, you know which one it is? It was a girl of the bug. Was actually one of her friends. And yeah. So that's why it was pretty scary. So what does she do? She evolved into, she gathered up enough strength from her other friends, like her water friend that learns how to do machinery thing. Her sister, her other friends, and to try to take out this as the guy at their and she found him next to the girls' hangout thing, the girls' scary tree of darkness. Yeah. And they had one-on-one. Of course, they weren't alone. Her parents, her guardians, heard of what's gonna go down, and they go stop her, and they did like come in swinging at the guy and just straight up bullied him around, um, and telling him that things to him that the girl of the bug hung will never fly again, because he basically molested her, the some random guy. He just came out of nowhere and like molested her so bad. Yeah. He even went further and ripped her wings off of her body. And yeah. And yeah, it's scary. What? So so she basically learned how to control all the magic. She she became like, of course the magic went to her head, of course, after that. But me, yeah, it was scary for, because a guy did that to her. And yeah, that's why she's between her and another card. I forgot the other card's name. And it was her. Yeah, they both looks for like the trap cards or spell cards things, and this one, and that's why this card special summons the other two in defense mode, because they are like literally like defending people. Okay, so yeah, it's sad. So that it's all a build up to like this. Oh, her, hold on. Mimi, girl of giants, became girl of the mystery, and then the yeah, during all that time, and so then yeah, and her parents then heard that, and they came in and like yeah, and plus they love their daughter. They love or they love their parents. Or actually, they love their or her friends too. When she heard that, or when they heard that some guy just bullied them, yeah, it was dark. So, now, please leave a like, share, subscribe, comment on this video. Bye.